Now, the Queen has been in the region again today with the Duke of Edinburgh to open the new Diamond Jubilee Quarter at Chester Zoo. Some of the crowds there in the rain had camped out from as early as 6 o'clock this morning to get a good spot. Our reporter Kate Sims was there as well.
The drizzle did nothing to dampen the delight of the crowds in Chester this morning. What time have you been here since?
6:30, 7:15, something like that.
Yeah.
I came here from Arizona in the United States of America, where we love the Queen, and I came here just to see the Queen.
And they were rewarded for their patience by a ceasefire from the rain just in time for Her Majesty's arrival.
Well, I thought she looked very beautiful, and it's just really, really exciting.
Pretty hat.
A pretty hat. The Queen was shown around the zoo by monorail, greeting well-wishers as she went.
It was really exciting, and I was just waiting for it to come. Peach.
Sorry?
She's in peach.
Oh, I thought it was more coral.
I like pinky peach colour.
Not everyone seemed quite so interested. This is the Queen's first trip to Chester Zoo. She's now having a look at the black rhino exhibit. The Duke, meanwhile, is having a look at the elephants, and it's not his first time. This was 1972. The zoo has changed dramatically since then, and today the Queen helped move it into its next phase. Next stop on the royal tour, Warrington, and then on to Liverpool. Kate Sims, BBC North West Today.
Oh, well, the visit today by the Queen is part of the build-up to her Diamond Jubilee, of course, on June the 3rd. And one of the vessels which will join the flotilla on the Thames that day is the Queen of the Lake, which normally carries tourists across Windermere in the Lake District. Here's Peter Marshall.
It'll be quite a journey for this grand old lady. A 500-mile round trip from the sedate waters of Windermere to the tidal rush of the Thames to join a fantastic flotilla. Built in 1949, she's on the National Register of Historic Vessels, but she's having a bit of a facelift for her royal appointment.
We're having to take two of the seats out at the rear here because we're going to be on the water for a long while, so we have to fit a toilet in. We've had to put an extra heavy-duty cleat on the front because we're going to be mooring up overnight in the middle of a river, which has never been done on this boat before. And of course, with it being a historic vessel, it's had to be brass and in keeping. Can't do anything that will spoil it. Well, I'm very proud, really. I mean, I served my apprenticeship as a boat builder on these boats, so I'm very proud. I want everything to be spot on. I want everything. I'm going beyond the call of duty with this one.
The Queen of the Lake will be lifted out of the water on May the 28th to begin her journey south. The Thames trip will mean she's out of service to the usual Lakeland tourists for around a fortnight.
I'm sure it will be worth it on the day to have Cumbria represented on that stage. Can you imagine a national pageant without Cumbria there? It just wouldn't have been right.
Peter Marshall, BBC North West Today, Ambleside.
It wasn't so long ago that the Queen had her own royal yacht, but for a trip around Liverpool's Albert Dock, she had to downsize a little, taking the tour on what's known as the Yellow Duck Marine. Our correspondent Nick Ravenscroft joins us from Liverpool this morning. Nick.
It was the second time in 2 days that the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh have taken to the water. Yesterday it was a much more conventional canal boat. Today it was, as you were saying, the Duck Marine, which is an amphibious craft. It's half minibus, it's half boat. Now, when it first set off, she and the Duke looked quite surprised because it unexpectedly lurched backwards. But by the time that they were touring the inside of the historical Albert Dock with the crowds cheering on the quayside, it really did look like they were enjoying themselves. They are currently inside the dock having lunch, and earlier today the Queen and the Duke went to Chester Zoo, where the Queen went to the rhinoceros enclosure. Given the fact that temperatures here in northern England are somewhat cooler than the animal's native Africa, she was apparently very concerned that they were keeping warm.
All right, Nick, thanks very much. Nick Ravenscroft joining us from the Albert Dock in Liverpool.